Hello, and thank you for joining us for Moss Talks, where we have more conversations and more culture. I'm Joel, co-founder, creative director for Moss Magazine.
And I'm Sydney, co-founder and editorial director for Moss Magazine.
Sydney, we live in an era of digital cameras. Digital cameras have been popping out lately. People have been selling them on eBay. Everybody and their mama been getting one of them cameras. Do you ever feel like times are recycling?
They always do. History repeats itself.
I mean, do you believe that with everything, though? Do you believe that with media? Or you believe with everything?
Yes, I do.
I would say as a kid, I believed there was my own theory. Because I'll be noticing things. I'll be like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? I'm like, oh, this is because this happened in 2000. Y'all bringing it back like it's retro. But and that's another thing too. Why it? Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe we're both getting old. You can speak for yourself. You know how people call something a classic or retro. Like we call songs from the 80s, 90s classics, and we deem songs that we hear now classics because of their replay value. We have hits and we have classics. Those ones we consider to have replay value. Those are hits, and like classics in terms of the name is like the 80s, 90s. But
They're
like
just things that have aged well.
yeah, but classics to people that are younger than us could be songs from like the 2010s.
That's crazy. I saw a TikTok because March Madness is happening right now, and a guy was like, what do you consider old? Like, what year of a person being born do you consider old? And like, these are college kids now, and they were all saying 2000, 2001. I said, oh
Do
my
you,
God, I'm not old.
do you remember when you bullied me when you found out my birth year?
I mean, yeah, but you're not old. Like, we're not old. We're not uncle and aunt status. We're not old.
You
We're young.
see that's the thing too. You keep saying we. I mean,
Oh,
we are a we. But I'm saying you're negating the fact you're forgetting about the fact that you believed me. That's the thing I'm saying.
okay, because 19 is crazy. I'm a 2000er. Can't help it. But you're not old. We're not old. Old is now the 80s, the 70s, like auntie, uncle status. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
obviously, old is like older than that. The actual like 1940s, 1950s, actual old.
That's actually old.
Yes.
Do you ever feel like do you ever think about how people say you're as young as you feel?
I feel like I believe that because I always forget my age. It's not until someone asks me and I'm like, wait, how old am I? Because I
Yeah.
don't, honestly, I don't even feel age at all. I'm just me. Like, I'm just living. I don't even think about how old I am. It's not until someone's like, oh, this came out 15 years ago. And I'm like, wait, I remember when that came out. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, I've been here for a while, but I don't feel it and I don't really recognize it either.
Yeah, I agree. I'll say, but when this comes out, I'll be a year older. And it's starting to set in that I'm getting older. Like whenever I think about my age now, like I'm turning 26. And I'm like 26, 26. Like saying that out
Nice
loud sounds
age.
outlandish. It sounds outlandish.
I think for me, it'll be 30. I'm like, whoa, 30. Where did my 20s go? I feel like
My
that's how I would feel.
my plan when I'm 30 is to look like look like I do now. Nothing should change. I mean, it should
Yeah,
change a little
same.
bit. Like there'll be like small differences, but like I'm like this is my thought pattern. Whenever I get to 50, 60, 70, 80, so on and so forth, I'm gonna look 30 years younger than that age. That's my goal.
That's also
Whether
my goal.
whether it be through the glory of God or through the miracle of science. Either way, I'm gonna be blessed. That's the point of this.
Literally. I
Hmm.
think for me, when I think of 30, I don't think about aging like physically either. Like that's natural. It is what it is. And I know I'm gonna look good. Don't matter. I think about like where I'm gonna be at, like money wise and career wise. Like that's kind of what I think about when I think about aging. and like where I see myself or like my goals.
And do you ever think times have shifted? Whereas like when 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 we talk to people that are older than us, they always talk about how they want to grow old, like they want to continue to grow and get older. And like for us, I say for myself, I want to grow old, but I want to stay young.
I don't know what you got going on, but I want to get old. I want to live a beautiful, long life.
Um,
I want to be old enough to be a great grandma and I can just look back on my lineage and be like, wow, I made some amazing humans and they contributed to this world and I left a legacy and I can share my wisdom and knowledge with them and be at peace.
you can't see me right now, but I'm tapping my hand really hard because when I'm saying when I say that, you think I'm not sure what you're thinking, but what I'm trying to convey to my speech is that I'm still gonna be able to run some distance, to walk however far. Now, I'm not gonna be on no crutches. I'm not gonna be in no chair. I'm not gonna be up there waiting for somebody to serve me hand and foot. I'm not gonna be listening to somebody say respect your elders while somebody's trying to give me a cup of tea.
You're the
Like
elder.
I want people. I want people. I want like I want the respect of being a human. I don't want the respect of that people make up for being a certain age. Like again, like I'm saying this. I say this lightly because I'm saying like once you get to a certain age, like yeah, of course, like you get the benefit of having those people having people around you to take care of you or aid you in some way or manner, or even just like get out of your way. Basically, I want I want the people that are around me to be able to speak freely, not be worried about respecting my age. Like because and this is the thing because this also leads me to another topic. When you have people around you, friends, family, whoever it may be, you want to be able to speak freely. You want them to be able to get on every topic. Like there should be a safe zone, but like it should be the area that y'all are within. It shouldn't be, oh, I can't say this, oh, I can't say that, oh, I can't say this, oh, I can't say that. Like obviously we have similar ideals, but we have different opinions,
I agree because
if that makes sense.
I feel like also when you're at that age, like you should be the person that people would go to like give advice no matter what the topic is or like subject matter or anything because you have lived and you like more than likely you have some type of wisdom to share or just knowledge to drop on the topic. So I agree with that.
Yeah. And one last thing, when do you think when you get older, you'll be doing multiple things?
I hope so. I mean, not working,
But yeah,
but like, moving around and stuff,
but yeah,
hobbies.
I would say I would like to because that leads me to our next segment where we talk to Mark, who is a creative who does a lot of stuff, literally a lot. So stick around for the next segment where we're going to have a discussion with him. Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning into Moss Talks. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with the talented Mark Antony, actor, singer, dancer, and artist, about his creative outlets and recent projects. Mark, thank you for joining us today and welcome to Moss Talks.
Thank y'all for having me.
It's our pleasure. I'm going to get us started with the first question. So you are truly a multi-hyphenated talent.
Mm.
How did your different forms of expression develop for you over time?
Over time, I feel like a lot of the stuff that I do, that I've been doing since I was a kid. Like my mother was an actress, and I would go to like community theater shows and whatnot, and go to her rehearsals and stuff. And then she started directing like the church plays and stuff. So I would do those, and I started doing those when I was a kid. So I just kept doing that, and I went to school for acting and all that. And that's kind of been like my main passion. But I've also been drawing since I was a kid because my mother was also an artist and an illustrator, and she passed that down to me. My father was also an illustrator, so this has kind of been like something that I do. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like something that I've always been able to. It just comes naturally to me. Um, but just recently, I've started developing my artist side more, my visual arts more, and trying to like develop that as a business. And I know they say don't make your hobbies into your jobs or whatever they say, but like I don't know. I feel like my art is good now, and it's at a place now where I can make it a business. You know what I'm saying? And people are like asking me for it. So yeah, I'm just starting to take it serious in that front. Everything else though, like performing wise, I've just been performing since I was a kid. Um, yeah, dancing, singing. I was in the church choir as a kid, so I started singing at a young age. I did musicals when I was in elementary school and high school. So yeah, it's just kind of been something that I've just always done. It just kind of feels normal to me, you know?
I'll say on the business front, it really doesn't feel like a business unless you make it feel like a business. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I would say
yeah, it does.
when you I would say when it no longer when you no longer feel that passion, that's when it's a business. When you
Mhm.
no longer have a reason to give these clients to your drawings or your visual art, or you never have the need to when you don't have client work to make that visual art. That's when it becomes the mundane Monday through Friday.
And that's what I worry about. That's what I worry about with making it a business. Is like losing the passion to make the art in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Whether that's selling it or even like making content can get a bit draining and a bit like I'm trying to not worry too much about like what other people like. You know, I'm trying to like stick to what I like and what I know and what I want to make and then make content on that. But sometimes I feel like I get in the mindset of like, well, will this make good content? Will this piece of art do well on Instagram as opposed to just making it? So I'm trying to balance that for sure.
See, I have one more thing to yap about because um there's a thing I saw. I think I said this again in another podcast. Sydney, you can correct me if I'm wrong. There's a thing I saw where a guy was saying everybody's worried about being perfect and like nobody's actually just putting it out when it gets to 60%.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's so true because I can't even say it for myself, but I'm trying to make content and like when I make the content, I'm like, it's not where it needs to be. And like, and to somebody else to be like, oh, this is great. You should have put this out yesterday. And
Yeah,
I'm like, no, nobody needed to see that.
exactly. But it's that own inner critic. You never know what people really don't like. You need to
Mhm.
just like I've been trying to tell myself like I just need to release it, you know, and on to the next. Yeah, yeah.
So we like to do some stalking, and we saw that you played Sammy Davis Jr. in the Full, and I'm pretty sure that had to involve a lot of transformation with just stepping into that character. So I want to ask, how do you prepare to embody a figure like that? And did you discover anything about yourself within that process?
Yeah. Wow, that's a great question. That's yeah, I did. So Sammy Davis has been like a real inspiration of mine since I was younger. Like in high school, somebody was like, you know, you remind me of Sammy Davis Jr. And I was like, I don't know who that is, but let me look him up. And I looked him up and I was like, wow, this dude is like, I could see why I would remind somebody of Sammy Davis. So I just started watching his stuff, looking at his interviews and stuff. I did papers on him. I did a paper on him in high school and in college. Um, and while I was doing research, you know what I'm saying? I just like was watching his videos, watching how he performed, how he moved. And then I got that short film when I graduated from college. I would, you know, I got my musical theater degree. Um, so yeah, I got the short film when I moved to Los Angeles and I auditioned for it. I saw it on the casting site and I was like, that's perfect. That if they don't pick me, that's gonna be wild, you know? And it was like it was the process was kind of weird. It was like they asked me for the tape and I did it and I was like, I know that hit. You know what I'm saying? I did my thing with that audition. But then it was like I didn't hear from them for like 6 months, but it was just so they could get, you know, they had other things to get in order before reaching out to me. But I was a little upset. It's one of those auditions where I couldn't let it go because I was like, how didn't y'all pick me, bro? I've been studying this dude for years now. But yeah, nah, I got the part and I played it and it was I mean everything that I imagined it to be, really.
No,
Yeah.
you did great. Blown away. And honestly, I love that in a way you were just preparing your whole life for this role because like
Yeah.
you just naturally gravitated towards him and his artistry and like really studied that. So when it came time to step into the shoes, you were already there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Stay ready. She ain't got to get ready.
Yeah,
Hmm
It
I
felt
know
like
that's
one of
right.
those moments, true. Yeah.
Mhm. See, don't get me started on that because Sydney knows where that can go because I listen to a lot of music and like what I told her in the last episode, one of my favorite songs growing up was "If I Can't" by 50 Cent, and it's just whenever I think of that, when you said that, I was like, that's the first thing that came to my head. Stay ready.
Yeah, I think it's important. I'm trying to learn that with the visual art thing as well. Yeah.
But I'm glad you bring it up because your illustrations are so distinct and vibrant. How did you develop your signature style?
Man, I don't like it's just been a thing recently because like before, again, like I said, I've been making art my whole life. So I've just been drawing whatever I want since I was a kid, you know? And like as a kid, I tried to I mean, you're just doing stuff as a kid. You know what I'm saying? You're free as a kid when you're making art. And I was drawing whatever. I was drawing football players. I was drawing the cars that I wanted. I was drawing the life that I wanted. I would draw like my wife. Like this is my future wife. You know, I was drawing whatever. And then like in high school, I started taking art classes. I didn't do none of the AP art classes, which is one of my regrets. Um, I don't got a lot of regrets, but that is one because I just feel like I could have learned a little more. Um, of the craft of it. You know what I'm saying? But I did take like regular art classes, and that's kind of when I started like developing what I wanted to draw, and like what I like to draw, like how I like to draw my eyes or how I like to draw my any of the characters that I'm coming up with. That's when I started making characters really, and just like seeing like what I liked, you know? Um, and I would use different mediums. I started doing acrylic painting in high school and whatnot. But I didn't really like to where I'm at now. I started really trying to get consistent with my art style like in the last couple years after I had somebody, he's a professional, he owns a gallery out here in Los Angeles, and he reviewed my portfolio. Um, and that's basically what he told me was I need to get more consistent with my style. And that kind of put me in a funk when he first told me because I was like, I don't even what do you mean? I want my art to be free. I don't want a consistent style. But then I look at like the artists that I love and there is a consistency in their work. Like while they change their style a bit, there is a consistency in it. And I saw where he was coming from eventually. So I've been sort of trying to like have a language with my art. You know what I'm saying? While not boxing myself in and saying I'm only gonna do this style. Because I still explore different mediums and stuff, but I have tried to have more of a language with my art and my characters, and I've been developing a series um, where I'm using the same art style, the same medium, and the pieces will have sort of the same feeling. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's exciting. I feel like it's so fun when you can kind of sit back and like discover yourself through your work. Honestly, it's something that we've started to do with our magazine because now that we put out so many issues, we can kind of sit back and be like, oh, we do have a certain vibe, a certain look, and it's really coming through. And it's even better when people recognize it before you even say anything. Like
Yeah,
again, we went through your stuff and I was like, oh, snap. Like this is different. This is cool and it's consistent. So, mhm.
I appreciate that. And that is like you don't realize that it's consistent until other people say it, you know? Yeah, but I feel like if I just keep drawing what I like and doing what I want to do, of course it's gonna be consistent because it's coming from my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's coming from my mind. Yeah.
Exactly. hmm so going to another talent of yours, photography. When you're behind the lens, what draws your eye? Like what makes you pick up your camera and capture something?
I capture a lot. I take my camera like wherever I go. And I just started doing photography. I just started in like a year over a little over a year ago. I got it in December of 2023. Yeah, December 2023. Very cheap camera. Um, it's like a 2004 digital camera. And I've just been like taking it wherever I go. I take pictures of I I would say it's kind of street photography because it really is just like if I see it, I'm gonna snap it. You know what I'm saying? If I like it, then I'll snap it. Whether it's a person, whether it's like the way this light is coming through this alleyway or this window, or you know what I'm saying? If I just like this architecture, um, yeah, I'll take pictures of whatever. Or this bird. There was a while where I was going bird watching and just taking pictures of birds. Um, yeah. And that's what's fun about too, is not being a job yet. While I would like to make income from it, it's not a job yet. It's just a hobby. So I can do and take pictures of whatever I want. And I find that freeing. I find it fun. And I'd like to find just like the little nuances of life. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to take pictures of the little moments that are often missed. You know, I got this picture. I'm thinking about it right now in my mind's eye. One of my favorite pictures I've ever taken, and it was just a dude that was like lighting a cigarette up outside of a corner store. This white man, and I was like in my car. That's the thing too. It's kind of dangerous, especially in LA. I'd be in my car like sitting at stoplights, and I was sitting at a stoplight. I saw him and I snapped it real quick, and I love that picture.
As a photographer myself, I agree. It's very dangerous.
Yeah. But you see the shot, it's like I gotta get it.
Exactly. It's like, oh wait, and you look at the light, you look at the camera, you look at the light, you look over, make sure they're still there. Like,
is it worth it?
yeah.
Yeah,
and,
man.
like I used to, I can agree with that 100% because I used to take pictures of my phone and I'd be driving down Main Street, busiest street in the city, and I'd be down, I'd be like, I'm gonna get it. Like,
Yeah. Risking your
Me-
life for this picture.
we hold the phone, and I'm pretty sure people are like, what are they doing? Like,
I get looks all the time because my camera's big and bulky too. So I'm
Mhm.
pulling that thing up. It look like I'm a private detective or something with my camera. Yeah.
Yeah, if I say one day, you should run a prank with somebody. I don't know, but I say you should be like, it was him, it was that person.
Yeah.
But so anyways, going back to your work, what's one dream project or collaboration that's still on your bucket list?
That's still on my bucket list. I have a lot. I mean, because I have so many different things I like to do. So I have different goals in all of them. Um, I would love, as a visual artist, I would love to work with like some of my favorite brands, like Converse. I think Converse has like I love their style. Um, I've worn Converse since I was a kid. Like I have like 30 some pairs. Um, and they do work with the smaller artists. So I would love to like do some sort of collaboration with them. I would love to get my pieces in some sort of gallery. There's one out here, it's called Think Space that I love. And the artists that they bring in are like artists that have inspired me for years now. Um, I would love to have some of my pieces there as a visual artist. As an actor, there's a lot of people I would love to work with, like Mahershala Ali. Would love to work with him. Yeah, I would love to work with Coleman Domingo. I would love a chance to play Sammy Davis again in like on like a feature length film as well. And I would also love the chance to play Miles Davis. Yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I'm actually glad you said Mahershala Ali. 'Cause I was like, I see Sammy Davis. I was like, there's somebody else that I'm seeing here. And I was gonna say it after, but when you brought it up, I was like, all right, yeah.
I love Mahershala. He's
Mhm.
one of my biggest inspirations as an actor. And he's just like the way he carries himself as a person. You know, he's just like he cares about the craft. He cares about his personhood. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's some people that get in the industry and they are an actor and that is them. He feels like a rounded artist, you know?
Yeah.
Also, bucket list, I want to meet Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know why. I just love her essence. Not that I want to work with her, I just want to shake her hand one day or hug her. Yeah.
Give her flowers.
Yeah.
Give her flowers. Yeah. Color Purple is one of my favorite movies.
Yes,
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
It's the way you're sitting here and like listing off your projects, and I can literally see them all. Like, especially the Converse, like that needs to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure we tag them because that can absolutely, I feel like your style would fit in so
Yeah.
perfectly with the brand. And then just even like thinking about who you want to work with, act or do a full Sammy Davis Jr. movie, like I can literally see that. Like I literally sat here and got chills like, oh my God, in 20 years, he's gonna be like this big time actor. And I'm like,
shucks.
we interviewed him.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully, I feel like you keep your goals clear,
Mhm.
they're bound to happen. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not.
And
If you
if
stay
you
focused.
just keep working on it, it will happen. Like again, consistency.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move to our next segment. We have what we call a quick fire round, where we ask 5 questions, and I just want to know the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask the question. Okay.
All right.
All right. So, favorite project so far?
Um, a musical that I did called Ain't Misbehaving. I love that process.
One food you could eat every day.
Every day, can it be a combination? Because I would say sweet potatoes and mac and cheese, but together.
Favorite film genre?
Oh, that's animated films, like really good ones.
One irrational fear.
One irrational fear.
Yeah.
It feels irrational, but also it doesn't. I'm really afraid of like becoming like a crackhead. You know, I don't know if that's PC, but like one of the ones, like in what was that, the Five Heartbeats? The dude that he comes out with the trench coat and he's like, sometimes what did he say? You know what I'm talking about? He starts singing at him. I would hate to be that dude. You know? I'm
Right.
like trying to
That's fair.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
last quick fire. Are you a texter or a caller?
I'm definitely a texter. I'm bad at texting, but I'm definitely a texter.
So I do want a little backstory because you said your favorite part so far was a musical aimless behavior.
Mhm.
Can you talk more about that in itself?
Yeah, Ain't Misbehaving. I did in at the California Center for the Arts, and that was like the first stage role I booked when I got out of high school, when I got out of college. I did it in 2022, and it was directed by Ken Page, who had he recently passed away, unfortunately, but he originated one of the roles in Ain't Misbehaving, and it's like Ain't Misbehaving is it's a Fats Waller musical. Fats Waller was a musician from like the 1920s, similar to Louis Armstrong in some ways, or like Cab Calloway. But he played the piano, really revolutionary, and they made a whole musical about him. And there's like 5 cast members, 5 parts, but it's like you're in the whole show is like you're in like a speakeasy in the 1920s. And it's all Fats Waller music. And there's no real storyline. You just like get to learn to love the music and these characters, and you can bring it as an actor. You get to bring yourself to the character. You know what I'm saying? Like you even the characters' names are the names of those that originated them. So like there's the Ken track, but you're not being called Ken in the show. I play the Andre track. I'm being called my name, Mark Antony Howard. So it's like I got to bring myself to it while also honoring Andre the Shields, who was another huge influence for me. And the role that I played, the Viper, or his track was like my dream role. And to get to play it with Ken Page directing me, it was just like it was everything. It was a beautiful, beautiful show, and it only lasted 3 weeks. But I learned so much from doing that musical.
Yeah.
And I don't even like musicals like that, but I love that musical.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Honestly.
Being someone who sang or sings through his life and then also acting. That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
I love a good musical.
I love a good musical, but I feel like there's so many musicals that aren't. The ones that are good are the ones that are staying around.
It was the emphasis on good.
Yeah, the slight shade.
I'd like, cause you know what I'm saying. Like, there's good ones, and then there's like the rest of them.
Yeah, and that's fair. That is
There's
absolutely
a small
fair.
percentage of good ones.
That's something I can get down with.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this ain't no shade. It's hard to do any musical, whether it's good or not. It's a feat. I know this from experience. It's a lot to do, but man, I couldn't do that for the rest of my life. you
Well,
know?
Yeah.
and I think it's so special too that you were able to have a role like that, like right out of college. Even if
Yeah,
it was only for 3 weeks, like that's something you'll always remember and you'll pull back to as you advance in your career. So that's also, really touching.
very much so. And Ken Page is like a Broadway legend. He knows so much, knew so much about the business, and was so gracious. Um, yeah, he like was intentional about passing down. He kept saying, "I'm passing down the secrets. I'm passing down my knowledge because you have to when you're his age." So I'll just, yeah, I will be forever grateful for that experience.
But so moving on to the next question. So I have one small tiny question. If you get this wrong, I don't know.
We
I
got to
can't
end the
save you.
call.
I can't
Okay.
save you.
All right,
Um,
bro.
so are you talking about sweet potatoes or yams?
I'm talking about whatever comes. I think it's yams.
Okay,
I
okay,
know there's a
okay.
difference, but I don't really know the difference. The yams, like that my mom make, and they come out the can, the big giant golden can
Yeah,
with the syrup in it. I think those is yams. Yeah, I'm talking about yams.
yeah. Okay, okay. Because I was about to say when you say sweet potato, I was like, I know what he's talking about. I was like, I need to be very direct because
Yeah,
like,
nah, I'm not talking about like the sweet potatoes you put in the salad.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you for that. But so you also said your favorite film genre was animated films. Do you have a favorite one right now?
A favorite animated film right now? Man, there's so like most of my favorite movies are animated films. One that I saw recently was actually a short film, and it's called, I think, Wander to Wonder, or Wonder to Wander, something like that. But it's a short film that I saw. It was nominated for an Oscar. I watched the animated shorts for the Oscar this year, and it was nominated. It didn't win, but I thought that was like one of the best pieces of media I've ever seen. And it was outside of animation. Like it's just a beautiful. I thought it was beautifully crafted. It was everything that I like want to make in my life. Really dope animation. It was stop motion animation. There was like it was funny, but there was like a weight to it. There was some darkness to it. I love stuff where it's like, because I feel like that's life. I love stuff where it's like funny, but then there's the weight of
Mhm.
life. And
Mhm.
that I don't want to spoil it for anybody that's gonna watch it, but that has a great balance in both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I I went to school for film, so I'm like a huge film nerd, and I
yeah.
have always really appreciated animation because I know like here in the States, a lot of people think of animation, they think of kids media, but animation is such a beautiful way to tell a lot of stories in ways that you couldn't do, in live action or just, just do different things or convey different things like that really pull at the heartstrings. So I love that you see animation for what it is.
It's gorgeous. I wish we took it more serious here. It's one of my biggest pet peeves with this country. I
Mhm.
mean, there's a lot of pet peeves with this country, but that's one of my personal ones. Like animation that they don't take that serious, and the train system they don't take that serious. I know that's random, but yeah. And I'm watching the show right now called Common Side Effects. I keep plugging this show because it's so good. It is so good. It is everything I want. Like if I could work on a show like that for the rest of my career, I'll be set. I'll be so happy.
Like literally, I watched it. I would say 3 weeks ago, maybe more than that. But every time I call Sydney, I'd be like, "Hey, you need to watch this show,"
It's
and
crazy.
she looked at me like, "Sure, sure,"
You
and I'd be
really
like,
do.
I
Sydney,
have to
if
add
you
it on
like
my watch
animation,
list.
put it at the top of your watch list. If you like animation and you like filmmaking and like it's great. It's great. The script, the animating, the acting, it's all perfection.
Okay,
"Yeah."
I'll move it to number two.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's with Adult Swim, but it feels very Adult Swim esque as well.
It is. It is with Adult Swim. It comes out on there
Okay.
first. Yeah.
Mm,
But it's on Max if you got Max.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so we're gonna go to the next question. So we're gonna go with the question: one rational fear. Becoming a crackhead. What is it? What element of crackheadery are you worried about?
Again, like the 5 Heartbeats dude. I can't remember his name, but he comes up and he sings that song to him. Like, I still got it. I still got it. Some nights I wish. Like, I would hate to get to that age and be like, I still got it. And like, I haven't, and it's clear I don't. You know, I think I saw that movie when I was really young, and that put that fear in my mind. But you know, you see a lot of of black dudes with talent that end up doing that, you know, especially in LA. And it's like when I see them videos of like a crackhead singing or like he's got some crazy talent, I'm like, man, if only you had the love or the support system to get you where you could have gone. Me, fortunately, that's why I say it's irrational, because I do have a large love and support system that I'm very grateful for. So I don't think that they would ever let me get to that point. But you never know. You never know. So it's right here. It's always gnawing in the back of my mind.
I feel it too because I feel like, well, in a way, there's a crackhead inside of all of us. I say that lightly. I say that lightly to anyone listening. There's technically a crackhead. There's something inside of you that you are very passionate about, and when you explain it to someone else, they're like, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you sane like the rest of us?"
Yeah.
And like I'm that way with probably with music, probably with a lot of random things.
Yeah.
Like Sydney probably can list some things off. But yeah, I
It's
I
really
want
just it's the fear of not succeeding in that thing, you know?
yeah.
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 Yeah. With success, whatever that looks like. But yeah, I hate to be on the streets.
I think about that
Yeah.
too. Every time I see someone that's homeless, I like first I think about like, dang, how did they get there? Like, what is their story? And then I think about how are they able to do this? Like, I could not. I don't know what I would do if I end up in the streets. Like, I just couldn't see like where would I sleep? Like, well, like I can't process that at all. So it's just crazy. Like, that is someone's reality, and it's just like, wow, how?
Big fear. Big fear. And the way the economics is going, it feels like it's that on the horizon, you know?
Hey,
Yeah.
Lord forgive me. But one day I saw a big crackhead. Like, I saw an overweight crackhead.
Not Lord, forgive me. Right.
And you already know what we're thinking. You already know what I'm thinking. I'm like, the math ain't mathing. Something's off. The ratio's off here.
Yeah.
Like, weren't you hungry yesterday?
No. Terrible.
We might have to cut this. We might have to cut this.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We gonna wrap it up there.
Go ahead on that note.
But I'm not saying I'm not saying I didn't feel sympathy for him. I'm just saying, like you see certain things and you're just wondering,
How did it happen?
yeah, like
Yeah.
And the thing I'm gonna say one more thing, because the thing is, this person wasn't new to this lifestyle. I was like, nothing's changing. But again,
you never know.
Never know.
You never know people's situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I hope I never get in that situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, me too. But on my questionable note, it has been great speaking with you today. And y'all, please go support Mark. Please go support him. Like I would say the acting is top tier, the art is top tier, and then the photography is top tier. Like, and he does a lot. Like, literally, support him. All you do is comment, repost, like those 3 things. It takes 2 minutes, 2 minutes, maybe that. The time you spent driving on your phone could have helped save a life by sitting down and reposting his work. Think about that.
Think about that.
Anyways, thank you again, and I'm gonna stop recording. But that was a great conversation with Mark. Amazing individual. Like, very, very infectious personality, infectious smile.
And I tell you, I literally feel like we spoke to a future movie star.
Yeah, literally.
Like, like I said, he's gonna be in that, what is it, biopic? How you say it?
Yeah, I think you said it right.
He's gonna be in that biopic field come 10, 20 years, 5 years, don't matter when. It's gonna
I
happen.
give it 5.
Because honestly, a Sammy Davis Jr. movie is long overdue. I feel like. I mean, I want to know all the ins and outs. And I don't think, well, I take that back because Michael Jackson is coming out this year and I cannot wait for that. I was gonna say, I don't think we had a good one in a minute, but I'll give it 5 years.
Yeah,
That's his role.
like literally, he's one of the stars where you think of like them carpet walks and they're pulling up for interviews. Like I could definitely see him in whatever style of fashion whatever he goes into, and like just seeing his smile, his conversation, mannerisms. I could see it there.
Honestly, I also feel like he like kind of gets off like in the way that Pharrell does music, but then he does all these creative things outside of that.
Mm.
I feel like Mark Antony would be in that way. Like acting might be his main thing, but then like he has his illustrations and his art and like his photography and like he loves animation, so maybe he's like supporting production in some capacity. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like literally, I have no notes. Like, dude's inspiration. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Isn't it fun to talk to people like that who like inspire you within the moment?
Yeah. Really, really do. And like he's so down to earth too.
Hmm.
Like he's a real. I wasn't expecting him to talk about the crackhead thing. Also, no, I'm glad I brought it up. Um, I was not meaning no disrespect about that. I want to clear
We
the
all
air.
know what you meant. Everyone who's listening knows what you meant.
Really want to clear the air on that because I don't want to be putting off the different facade next to who I am. So I don't want to make y'all think I'm somebody or a butthole, but I'm not.
The people who are sticking around and listening to the full episode, they know because they're the real ones.
Yeah. Thank you again for tuning to the Moss Talks. It's been a great episode speaking with Mark. Feel free to support him on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Support us as well. Listen to our episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And feel free to reshare our posts on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you again. It's been a great episode. Thank you for listening to Moss Talks.